Boom! I believe we are live now. What is up, everybody? Back with another edition of Philippines Price Check. First of all, I wanted to give a shout out to Blue Camp. Blue Camp is the maker of the shirt I'm wearing right now. It is a store-related brand from the Metro department stores, but the Blue Camp stuff, I found that they have sizes and styles that are suitable for me. Performance fabrics, I just love the way they fit and perform. So shout out to Blue Camp Clothing as I get ready to review some other clothing items that I picked up. So yeah, kind of a mixed bag today. Going to go over some kitchen tools that were purchased recently, and then these clothing items. Been doing a lot of shopping for random items lately, so I think there'll be a series of shows coming, if you want to call it that, with different sort of products that we picked up. All right, so kitchen tools. Recently found it necessary to buy a new cutting board set, and so we have a set here which is actually 3 pieces. One of them is being used right now, my girlfriend is cooking, but you have 3 pieces here, which is like pleasant colors, interesting texturing. You have sort of a funneling feature here. So let's say you dice some onions or tomatoes or something and you're trying to pour it into a bowl, this kind of funnels it all in the right direction. And then although this was not like part of the packaging, I think they missed an opportunity by not mentioning that this is also, this funnel design allows it to be stored upright, which is super handy, space-saving design here. So what did we pay for this cutting board set? One of them is absent, as I said, it's 3 cutting boards in one set. It was 509 pesos. If we go to Wise to convert 509 pesos to US dollars, we are going to see that this set was $8.60. So is everything in the Philippines cheap or free? Not hardly, but I think it's a good value for a really high quality product that solves a problem for us, because countertop space is a problem, or it is at a premium. All right, so what else? We've got a couple of utensil type items. This is from a brand called Neoflam. Am I familiar with Neoflam? Not really, but it's kind of a nice hybrid design where you have a rubberized handle. You've got the open-ended hookable handle, so we have some hooks that can be placed on to save space in the kitchen. This one is 229 pesos for this spoon. So let's check in with wise.com and see what 229 pesos is equivalent to. 229 pesos is equivalent to $3.87. For me, I feel this is really kind of a premium quality spoon that I'm quite happy with. Way above and beyond what you could find at a dollar store, and coming in at just $3.87. It is, I'm just reading the packaging, food safe, durable. So this one, we have a spatula or turner, depending on what you want to call it, also from Neoflam. This comes in also 229 pesos, equivalent to $3.87. Again, rubberized handle. You can hook it on, kitchen hooks or whatever to save space. Really pleased with that item. Also wanted to get some tongs for cooking, and this is from a brand called Kitchenware, A&R Kitchenware, and this was 62 pesos for this interesting set, which kind of like, it has 3 in 1, but it's kind of nested in a way for storage. So let's see if I can illustrate this without flinging something across the room. All right. This is not a demonstration, folks, so just be patient with me. I imagine after a time or two, get familiar with how to make these nest together for storage, or if it seems necessary to use tongs in multiple dishes or for multiple cooking processes, you've got a nice set there of 3 tongs, and this came in at only 62 pesos. Let's see what Wise says about 62 pesos and what that is equivalent to. $1.05. I think that's awesome, because this is just, I mean, it's kind of stylized a bit. I like the coloring. This is kind of a muted blue tone, which is really pretty. This is a slightly different or lighter shade of blue, and then you've got the largest tongue is gray. So it all just kind of complements each other. The design is pleasing. All right, let's move on. There's a couple other kitchen items that are in use right now. Like my girlfriend is using a can opener, and I believe one other item. So I just took these items that were available right now. We're gonna move on to some clothing items. So one of the challenges I ran into recently is that I got in the habit of wearing a set of keys, really a bundle of keys for various things, various rooms around my neck. And so what I found that was doing was it was actually causing some abrasion on my shirts. As I would wear these keys day after day, week after week, it really kind of tore up an area on my shirts, and disappointing to me because it was some of my favorite shirts that I picked up at Metro. A lot of polo or golf style shirts. So I'm going to show you what I picked up recently from one of my favorite stores, which is called Closeouts and Overruns. Okay, I've mentioned it before. Purchased some bags there, but found that they had a location in Bohol, so I got a bunch of shirts the other day. Here we go. Quicksilver shirt. Yes, authentic Quicksilver shirt. Fits really beautifully. Quicksilver is kind of a famous surf and sportswear brand that for me is somewhat nostalgic because I lived, probably until the age of 12, I lived in Southern California. Okay, so surfing, surf culture was definitely a big thing there. So I'm really excited about this Quicksilver shirt. Fits me beautifully. Just going to show the tag there. Brand new shirt, 750 pesos. Let's see what that is coming in at. In US dollars, 750 pesos comes in at $12.67. So I couldn't be more thrilled about that, but wait until the end. You're going to be surprised what I tell you about the shirt pricing. Okay, another thing, very impressed and pleased to find. A lot of you may or may not be familiar with Eddie Bauer. So before I moved to Myrtle Beach, I was living in the Seattle area, Puget Sound area. Eddie Bauer, big sportswear brand from the Seattle area. I know it's become national and international since then, but especially with the mountains on here, kind of reminds me of my time in the Pacific Northwest. So, officially licensed Eddie Bauer shirt, extra large size. And nothing on the back, happens to be a plain design on the back, but this kind of muted green color, 599 pesos. Let's see what that's coming in at. Wow, that's going to be even less. 599 pesos. Beautiful shirt, fits me properly, $10.12. Absolutely nuts, in my view, for this quality of shirt. All right, let's see what else we got going. All right, if you didn't know, real men, they wear pink, okay? I've got right here an officially licensed PGA Tour Pro Series Athletic Fit shirt. It's a very nice golf shirt with a performance fabric, and this was priced at only 750 pesos. Holy cow. Okay, so this is big news. If you see this tag here, forgive me a minute as I flirt with it, PGA Tour shirt, okay? MSRP here, 68 US dollars? I'm sorry, I don't pay 68 US dollars for shirts. Okay, what was the price tag at Closeouts and Overruns Designer Outlet? 750 pesos, okay? 750 pesos is $12.67 for this shirt that fits me beautifully. Sorry, I'm just admiring it now. Don't mind me. Okay, so wow. My $68 shirt became $12.67. Absolutely phenomenal. All right, what else do I got? This might be my most expensive shirt. Now, I have a friend that is obsessed with Under Armour, wears Under Armour, everything down to his socks. For me, it's not that important, but this Under Armour shirt happens to be a beautiful polo or golf style shirt, performance fabric, that just fits me really well. All right, so, and it's kind of an interesting pocket here. I don't know, a little bit abnormal or unusual, but kind of cool that it has a pocket. I'm not sure if you can see that well. All right, so what does my Under Armour shirt sell for? Under Armour shirt, size 3X, by the way, which is, it's hard to find stuff that fits me well. Folks, I'm 6 feet tall. I'm 265 pounds. I could stand to lose a little bit of weight, but yeah, I'm not a small man in any way, shape, or form. All right, so son of a gun. I'm not sure if I have a price tag on this puppy. We're going to go off my recollection here. I remember that when they rang this one up, I was kind of surprised by the price because it was a little bit more than the others. So I'm gonna say, so far we'd have shirts at $5.99, $8.50, $7.50 range. I'm gonna say this one was actually like 1,500 pesos. So let's see what that would be. I'm gonna guesstimate that my Under Armour shirt was $25. But as you know, Under Armour shirt like this, at any other retailer, okay, or Under Armour official store, it's not going to be $25 unless it's on like the half price sale rack, maybe. I think this would be at least $50, especially if we use the frame of reference that PGA Tour shirt was MSRP of $68. That is just wild. So anyway, about $25 for this Under Armour shirt. All right, last but not least, we have a brand that is not familiar to me, but I just fell in love with this shirt. It's Slazenger Cool Pass, Slazenger Golf, maybe you know it, maybe not. Got a size 2XL. It's just got a really neat multicolored design here, which kind of, you find elements of the multicolored design even on the collar. The collar is actually perforated, which to me is just like an extra step, adds expense. There is some, the shirt is in new condition, but there's some like distress to the, I'm trying to remember what, you'd call it screen print perhaps. Like some of the design element is screen print and it's like distressed in a way that makes me think it was intentional. I don't think it's damaged. I think it's part of the design, but any way you slice it, it's like uniform throughout the shirt. And even when my girlfriend pointed it out, I was like, I get it, but I love the shirt. I am not gonna be bothered by that, damage. If it is damage, because it's uniform, I just love it. Look at the big cat design there on the chest. I don't know. I just think it's a great design. Fits me beautifully. Very comfortable. 850 pesos. Let's see what that is in US dollars. 850. $14.35. Okay. So get ready for a surprise. So we have my Slazenger shirt. We have my Under Armour shirt. We have my PGA Tour shirt. We have my Quicksilver shirt. Okay, we have my Eddie Bauer shirt. So here's the big surprise. I told you that each of these items was anywhere from $12 to $25, but what I didn't tell you is there was a promotion going on at designer outlet overruns and closeouts. So the fourth item that I purchased was actually 1 peso. So let's see what 1 peso is. 1 peso is equivalent to 2 cents, 2 pennies, okay? So the least expensive item was 1 peso. That means that my Eddie Bauer shirt, which I'm very proud of here, my Eddie Bauer shirt cost me 2 cents. Okay, beautiful green color, 2 cents. So I'm over the moon because I feel like I got a great deal on these shirts. I'm excited about putting them into my wardrobe rotation. I think that is it for now. My girlfriend should be about done with preparing dinner, so I'll see you next time.